Namaste, everyone. This is going to be a oracle card reading for 11/11 full moon in Taurus. So I'm going to dive right in. Call upon the spirit guides, I call upon the angels, call upon Archangel Michael, call upon Archangel Gabriel, I call upon Saint Germain, I call upon Mother Mary, call upon Mary Magdalene, call upon my ancestors, spirit guides, beings of the highest vibration of love and light, who are here to help me reach higher levels of prosperity, higher levels of victory, higher levels of creativity, higher levels of love. My intention for this oracle card reading is for all messages to be inspiring, uplifting, and to provide mind, body, and spirit clarity to help people reach their highest potential, help people move forward, to heal, to excel, to spiritually, emotionally grow. And may this oracle card reading bring ease. Bring ease to your life. So what does everybody need to know most at this time? I allow the archangels to assist me. I am open, available, and ready to receive the messages from the archangels. My thoughts are clear, my body is healed, my energy is radiant. What does everybody need to know most at this time? Messages that can help everybody reach their full potential, help everybody come into prosperity, creativity, abundance, and freedom. Okay, so I pulled 3 cards. First card is we have Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be. So this card is saying that it is okay to come out and be yourself. And it also to appearances are not always as they seem. So do not judge the appearance. Go deeper, right? Trust your feelings. Trust your intuition. As Mary Magdalene was a woman who was heavily criticized, a woman who was heavily judged and belittled, but she stood her ground. So we're being asked to stand our ground for what we want, right? Do not allow negative energies. Do not allow disruptions, dilemmas, or doubt to seduce you or persuade you into being something, to accepting something, allowing something that is not respectful, loving, or brings you closer to your authentic self, your most prosperous, abundant, creative self, your most radiant self, we'll say. So Mary Magdalene, as you can see, she's holding this white candle at her heart. So for you, white candle can be used for ritual. So you can place a white candle in your room beside your bed. It represents my mind is clean, my energy is clear, and my body is radiant. I am available to receiving the calling, the message, and the touch of my soul. So this is also about peace, right? Coming to peace with ourselves, coming into peace with other people and the choices, decisions they make, right? Knowing that we cannot interfere. We can give inspiration, motivation. We can be a beacon of great self-empowerment, but everybody has free will choices. Many people will heal, and many people will not heal. Many people will heal their childhood, many people will not heal their childhood. And unconditional love is very much, you see this woman right here, Mary Magdalene, is firstly loving yourself, nurturing, caring for yourself, doing what lights you up. we can accept other people for who they are and where they've been, what they're doing. But it doesn't necessarily mean we have to get caught in their dilemma. We don't have to get interlocked with what they've got going on. This is a message we see this lavender energy. I always associate lavender as gentleness. So this is a time to really connect with our own gentleness so we can really feel, right? Because Taurus is very much about feelings. It's about being your sensuality. Feel what's going to bring us greater love, right? If that is what we see, greater love or greater creativity or greater prosperity, we're going to be asked to really sit with ourselves and allow ourselves to receive that, whatever that may be. And to not try to force people to be what we want them to be, but to let them simply release them, right? For some of you guys, we need to release, right? Release some energies that are not very supportive to our path, right? It's an acceptance to our path. When we are nurtured, when we are cared for, then we can give, right? Give with discernment, give with courage, but also giving with self-respect. Right? We need to respect ourselves, meaning we're not just going to accept just anything, right? Especially if we are to get involved or participate. Self-respect is saying no, right? Self-respect is walking away from anything that is bringing about a drainage on our spirit, right? That is pulling us away from our self-love, right? And bringing us into self-denial and self-sabotage and self-neglect. So then the second message we have is underlying love. The love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. So we have a lot of two messages about deep, profound love. Very, very beautiful energy. I feel this is the message that I'm getting. You have great love for someone. Someone has great love for you. Now take it as it resonates, right? And it's important for you to accept this love, and it's important for them to accept this love that you may share. It can be a little bit scary as to embrace love that is very gentle, that's very sweet, right? That's very kindred. Because in our society, love is usually, sometimes it's none of those things, right? But we are being guided to embrace authenticity and to step into authentic love. We are wanting to know what is authentic love, and we are experiencing that with another individual. We're getting the opportunity to experience that with another individual. And I feel this is an opportunity to really explore what it means to give and take. And that's why we have this unconditional love for self. Because we really have to have enough self-respect to step forward in a very honest and sincere way. Because unconditional love is very much about being sincere in the ebb and in the flow. Underlining love is saying that we are very abundant. You see this woman, she has abundance everywhere around her. We are very abundant when our cup is filled up. When our cup is filled up with the love of our own soul, right? That is one of the greatest loves, right? Even greater than romantic love, right? Self-love is the foundation for a great, sincere love. But also, we are abundant when we get to experience, the magic. You see, there's so much magic, the magic of being in a loving relationship with another human being. But we're basically being brought to the foundation of what love is, which is self-respect. Right? To care for your inner child, to care for your innocence, right? To spend quality time with yourself, to be gentle with yourself, and to understand that unconditional love is also very fierce. It is very strong energy. It has a lot of discernment. We walk away, we say no. Unconditional love is about empowerment. We don't just put up or allow or accept just people to take advantage of us or to disrespect us. Mary Magdalene was an individual who stood up, who stood out, and stood for her divinity, even though she was belittled, attacked, and ultimately many wanted to stone this woman. But she had enough respect to, not necessarily she was content with the behavior that was going on around her, right? We have this behavior where we don't want people to ascend. That we all kind of share that collective program that we think that when other people are ascending, right, getting higher levels of creativity, prosperity, and abundance, that we should try to knock them off, right? Literally throwing stones at people, right? But the great strength is an ability to have self-respect, an ability to hold your ground, the ability to understand that we are extremely abundant with creativity, prosperity, and abundance when we allow our energy to move out what doesn't serve us, and we know what doesn't serve us. We just like to fool ourselves, and to move closer in the energies that nourish us. So underlining love is really asking us to pull into us what nourishes us, what is authentic love. And then the final card we have is Golden Opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. So you see this woman, look at her. So we went from this period of Mary Magdalene where she's really comforting and nurturing herself, taking care of her inner child. And then we have somebody who's really coming up with, they're really working on their creativity. You can see all this abundance and imagination and all this great vision. All this great inspired, right? I'm inspired by love. I respect myself. I care for myself. I've gone deep with myself so that I could really understand what it means to be strong, as like Mary Magdalene. What does it mean to stand for myself, even if many are standing against me? Right? When we ascend, for some reason, people, enemies kind of are formed from this matrix program that we're supposed to knock each other down. So in this, I feel nourished by, I feel this great contentment. Almost like we're making an oath and a promise to ourselves to follow through on the heart, right? To follow through on the heart, to obey the heart, to serve the heart, to excel as a heartfelt person, to heal the heart. Because when we are such healed person, we have this golden opportunity. We can really shine. You see this woman, she doesn't carry burdens. Look at her. She's like, hello, everyone. She is completely herself, open. She's healed. So when we really get to this healed place, we very much are like dolphins. Dolphins are the most playful and yet sensual beings. So I feel we're going to let ourselves come out in this period of really tapping into our inner child, healing our inner child, having self-respect for ourselves. we're going to come out, right? It's almost like we're coming out of the hibernation period, or coming out of our hiatus, and we're going to really be golden. You see this woman, she is golden. She has golden brown skin. We're going to come out and we're going to have all of this nectar to offer, right? All of this talent and gift that we've been wanting to express. Now we're getting to opportunity to look. Her heart is wide open. She's excited. She's passionate. She's playful. She's bold. She's ambitious. See her heart. Do you see her heart energy? Her whole body is just open. She's naked. She's authentic. She's like, here I am. I present myself to you. But she is very beautiful, because what her foundation is self-respect. And beneath that, everything is an oath to the heart, to follow through in the heart. That's her true abundance. And that's why she's extraordinarily beautiful, because she follows through on the heart. The magic of the heart, the miracle of the heart. She's okay with herself. She's okay with herself. I think that's a message that wants to come through. So this golden opportunity is also about our aspirations. We've definitely been nurturing our aspirations, and we've definitely, for some of you, have fought the battle, right? Have fought the battle. Because Mary Magdalene, we see her as this beautiful, beautiful woman, this very heavenly, holy woman in this picture. But it was a fight, right? It was a battle, right? The enemies were many, right? The enemy in self, the enemy around. But how we get to this place of gentleness is usually when we surrender, right? We surrender the battle. We surrender our need to be right or to be wrong. And we allow our talents and our gifts to speak for themselves. Because Mary Magdalene had a talent and a gift. Many people did not accept it because she was very much an ascended being, right? She had a lot of creativity, a lot of prosperity, a lot of good fortune around her. And many people, the enemy of self and the enemy around, right? Sometimes we want to knock it down. But this golden opportunity for many of you guys it's preserved. And this energy just feels like whatever, even a relationship that you desire, it's preserved, it's taken care of, it's protected, it's utterly protected by this divine. No amount of harshness, no amount of belittlement, no amount of discouragement can really block out this golden opportunity. You can delay it, right? Procrastinate, sort of, hang in a limbo and allow time to drag out. But ultimately, divine timing it's more about you as a soul, as a person. When you, right? Time begins to move when you begin to move, right? Time, we always think time is moving and I'm not moving with it. Yes, we get old with our physical body. But really, we don't start to use time wisely until we ourselves start to get wise. So time is very much eternal, right? The whole saying goes, if you don't get it this life, just get it the next life, right? So really time just goes on. And that's why we feel the pressure of time, right? We feel the pressure of time because we know, right, that we have as long as it takes. Even if we don't get this lifetime, we have as long as it takes, because divine timing is about our willingness to move forward, our willingness to make an oath, a promise to our heart, our willingness to follow through. Right. So golden opportunity, for some of you guys are going to get invitation. For some of you guys, it feels like you're stepping out of your comfort zone, but you're really going to get to showcase your talent and your gift. You get to showcase who you are about, right? What you are about. But I feel Mary Magdalene is also a reminder to especially women out there to stand your ground, right? When we talk about Jesus says that the path to freedom is narrow, while the path to we know the path to chaos is pretty wide, right? So Mary Magdalene is just a messenger to say to hold your ground, right? Stand up for yourself, right? Stand out. And be creative. Be extraordinarily creative. Because that's what's going to help you to radiate. Literally, physically radiate good energy, good mojo. I'm going to pull some cards from the Whispers of Love Tarot, or Oracle. Also, this pink energy with Mary Magdalene, there's definitely this pink energy that we are really wanting to experience love. When I talk about love, I'm saying authentic love. I'm seeing kindred love. We really want to connect with love that's very genuine, and almost it brings us, it's very healing. It's a love that it brings us a sense of joy, or a sense of Christmas, I'll say. And the way that it really soothes us, it really grounds us, right? Somebody that's a rock, somebody, you are a rock for somebody else. And I feel that this love is going to be very compassionate, right? I just feel like we're really going to get to experience, when I mean kindred love, I mean a love that is very sacred to us. It's very dear to our heart. It's very endearing. It's very soulful, is what I want to say. And these kind of connections are very rare. That's why I say it's a golden opportunity. Not just opportunity, but golden, meaning gold is very, very rare, right? It's very, very special. Some people spend their whole life digging for gold and still don't find it. So this golden opportunity is really going to unlock some doors for us creatively, with prosperity as well, with abundance, and also just with our ideas. We're going to start to feel like dolphins, in the way that dolphins are supremely playful, and they also have a lot of life to live, right? But the life they live is very much, they're in touch with their more kindred, joyous, and innocent heart. They're more like childlike. Right? They don't really stray. They don't stray from their family, right? And they don't stray from their excitement for life. So for the Whispers of Love Oracle, I got the Union of Hearts. There's a connection of love that defies explanation. You are growing close to someone. You're growing close to yourself, and in return, you're growing close to someone. Look at this. Very beautiful. Right. Like I said, somebody has love for you, and you have love for someone. It's just a matter of fact of, will authentic love prevail and this golden opportunity unlock? But that requires, when we look at unconditional love, we look at self-respect, right? Self-respect is, I walk away from what doesn't serve me. I obey I obey my heart, right? I follow through. I nourish my spirit so I can have courage, so that I can stand my ground and stand up, right? So I can be brave. And the Union of Hearts is saying, through our self-respect, we can have an adventure with someone. That's what I'm seeing with the Union of Hearts. There's a connection of love that defies explanation. So we have all this beautiful, like, very expansive and very deep love, unconditional love, undying love, underlining love. Then we have the Union of Hearts, connection that defies explanation. This person really has your back. This love that you are seeking, and that is seeking you, very much has your back. Very much has been looking after you, even since you were a child, maybe in a spiritual sense. But this person is very excited, like the dolphins, very, very excited to open up these doors with you. This person recognizes you as a golden opportunity, you as a gold mine, right? Because you are full of so much original, extraordinary, and very special energy. Then we have rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. So I feel that this is to allow time. I'm getting a message. I feel that for some of us, we may feel guided to sleep, or we have been sleeping, right, longer than usual, because I feel like we're getting messages in our sleep, but we're also having daydreams or visions of this connection that is coming through for us. And the way that it brings ease. That's just what I'm feeling. It brings ease, this connection or this love that we're feeling guided to. And we're also we're receiving messages in our dreams as well, in our vision. But when it says relax, right, rest and relaxation, we needed to take a different approach. In order to take a different approach, we need to allow time, right? Time for us to really reevaluate, right? To reevaluate. We're having a life review right now. Right? Usually when we rest or when we're having relaxation, we're having a life review. We're having a life review regarding love. Very, very clearly, it's love. Because I feel that we're really wanting to step into authentic love, a deeper sense of love, love that is fulfilling within the heart, especially within the heart. And we're actually listening to our heart, because in the rest and relaxation, that's usually when our emotions speak loudly. They speak very, very loudly. And also we're wanting to have peace in a partnership that brings us closer, right? You see this sensuality, this sexuality, this just mind, body, and spirit sort of. These two trees are growing like side by side. We really want a connection that's rooted in something that is something that is supportive of our growth. Right. That's the message. And we're getting this insight while we are kind of, for some of you, recuperating from maybe a time in your life that could have been high pressure. So we're needing to allow space in our life, allow time for us to recuperate, to have a life review, and to listen to our heart. And allow ourselves to be brave and to have enough self-respect to trust ourselves and to walk into these doors that we've been wanting to walk into. But we didn't feel we were entirely good enough, right? We didn't feel we were good enough because we didn't have enough self-respect. And then we have act as if your partner is here. We have whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they're with you so you will always consider them. So this golden is right underneath this golden opportunity. So we're definitely, look at all this excitement. Like, here I am. This is somebody in this period of deep self-respect, in this period of deep internal balance, and really finding one's home and finding what it means to be authentic and what is authentic love. When we do kind of step forward, step out, right? Step into take some action, right? To make some moves. We're actually going to make extraordinary moves in the way that we're going to be calling, you see this ballet, right? We're going to be calling in opportunities that really move us to heights. So when I look at this ballet, when I see heights, right, being moved to new heights, I see it as all of a sudden we're dancing ballet in our bedroom, and then all of a sudden we're dancing ballet in a large setting, in a theater, That's what I'm seeing. That what we have been practicing internally with our self-respect, practicing with our talents and gifts, this golden opportunity will allow us to present that in a bigger way, right? Like ballet in the house to ballet in a theater. And I feel like it's going to continue to evolve and to continue to grow. And the reason that's going to grow is because we have roots. We're very solid in who we are. We're solid in what we want. We're not shaky. We're a tree. You cannot uproot a tree. It's very, very difficult. Depending on how thick and old and deep that tree is, you cannot uproot that tree. So we cannot be uprooted, meaning we're not so easily seduced and tempted into ways in which we dumb ourselves down, and ways that we give up, or ways that we kind of sabotage, or we don't really take action. We don't grab the energy. We don't grab the gold energy within and without, because we're shaky. We're insecure. And you can't cloak it. You can't cloak insecurity. As Mary Magdalene, you see her, she is crude. Look at her. She's like, here I am. This is what I am. She's very crude, and she looks very, very sweet. But when she steps forward, she's like this. Very, very much in her strength. And the reason she's in her strength is because deep inside, this represents the inner child, deep inside, she is healed. She does not fear the way most people fear. Because deep inside of her, right, on the outside, she is beautiful. She is, look at her, very, very attractive, right, very wild, very, very organic, very powerful. The reason she's in her power, because internally, this is her inside. She has a lot of ease. She has a lot of respect, self-respect. She has a lot of peace. She also has a deep connection to the earth, right? The power that is the earth, like this tree, very deeply rooted in the earth. And that's why she's able to vibrate high, right? The tree cannot grow high if it has shallow roots. So we're talking about getting to new heights. We're getting to new heights because we have a deep fondness and admiration and a deep closeness with the earth, with Mother Earth. And you can see that as a ritual you have with the earth, right? Through the full moon, new moon. You could also just see it as a prayer, see it as a meditation, or see it as a yoga, or see it as art, or see it as music. The self-respect we have for ourselves is from the closeness and the fondness, appreciation and gratitude for the earth. And that's what makes these golden opportunities supremely ambitious and miraculous. So I'm going to pull now a card from the magic messages from the fairies. See some fairy messages. So I have this card, kind of practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. Right? So this is what we have been doing. We have been practicing what it means to stand our ground. And this golden opportunity is saying continue to do what is natural, do what is daring, right? Do what is endearing for you. Do what gives you more energy, that gives you more talent, that gives you more self-expression. Find as many ways you can express yourself. Because as human beings, we are very much like the tree. There are many branches to our mystery, right? There's many pathways, right? Many bows in which we express ourselves through. And then I have healing, healed, and healer. Healing energy surrounds you and the situation. So I feel we're healing the self-doubt that may be causing us to feel weak, or feel not good enough, or feel that we're not the right fit, right? Or really we're healing our fear of love for some of you guys, and our fear of not being accepted. Because Mary Magdalene was very much a woman who is very much, when we get her, she's a guide that really helps people to accept them, especially young children, to accept themselves. So we're really wanting, and we're also stepping into a healing path. Like I said, a healed person is a person who's more alive, right? Because they healed, they're more alive. When a person is unhealed, it's as though life is sort of leaving them, right? It's almost life is leaving. Even in old age, it's like life is leaving. But when we're healed, it's like life is coming in. More life is coming in as we get older, not less. More chances, more options, more opportunities come in as we get older, not less. But what happens is we start to carry the weight of the trauma that as we get older, it feels as though life is being taken from us. Right? There's less options, less chances, less opportunities for us to express and share. But really, as we get older, there should be more, right? Because it's like a tree, right? The thicker our trunk, the taller we are, the more branches we have, the more energy we can take in from the sunlight, from the ground. The thicker our roots, the deeper our roots, the more energy we can take in from the earth. Not less, more. And the stronger we are. The older the tree is, the stronger the tree is. And the more nutrients, right, and knowledge that tree has. And then admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. So in our healing, in our life review, where we're really starting to practice intuition for some of us, as well as we're really starting to practice unconditional love, what it means to be gentle, and we're really focusing on what are golden opportunities that light me up, that bring me excitement. And how can I, in this current moment, make the best decision and take the best action that's going to help me to not just express myself, but express my radiant body, right? We can express our anger and our frustration and all of that, but that feels more draining. It feels we're exhausting our energy. When we express our radiant body, we are enlivening our energy, and we're enlivening through creativity, and we are igniting like a deeper pranic breath that is to creativity. So undying love. I'm just drawn to this card again because I feel for many of you guys, again, this love you have for someone, this love this person has for you, undying love. We just have the love that defies explanation. I'm just having like little difficulties like expressing, like I'm getting tongue-tied. I don't know why. I feel, maybe I do know, that admit your feelings, right? We're really being asked to express ourselves, and we're getting tongue-tied, or we're starting to all of a sudden feel dyslexic, right? Because there's all of this, there's energy that wants to move through us. We want to express love. We want to express healing. We want to express creativity. We want to express prosperity. We want to express I am worthy of love, right? We want to express it through our actions, right? Through following through in your heart is not, it's a meditation, but ultimately it's more of a movement. It's more of a participation, right? When you participate in a meditation, that's a movement. Even if you're sitting and you're just, doing a mantra. Following through in the heart is a participation. It's an active participation. I decide to participate wholeheartedly. I make an oath that I'm going to, oath and a promise is action. It's a participation. It's an involvement. It's an experience that you're making, that you are intending to complete. An oath is a promise. I'm intending, and I will complete whatever it is that I'm seeking to do. So act as if your partner is here. I feel, again, admit your true feelings. This person is you. as well as this person is really calling each other in like these growing trees, right? These deep roots, these trees are growing. They're getting more mature with time, right? We are supposed to get more mature with time, not less. We're supposed to become more emotionally mature, more spiritually humble and spiritually sincere and spiritually wise as we get older. Not, we're not supposed to, more trauma as we get older. As we get older, we start to get better at healing, right? Better at healing. That's why we practice. So we're also practicing. I feel with this practicing, we're also asserting ourselves. But how we are really asserting ourselves is how we really are asserting ourselves is trusting there is an amazing opportunity. For some of you guys, you cannot see this amazing opportunity, but it's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. Right? Because you are participating. You have made an oath and promise. And when you do, on a deep soul level, it's going to happen. That's just all that I'm going to say about that. I'm going to pull some cards from the Soulmate card deck. It's called Nurturing and Attracting Loving Relationships. So we see, we are eternally blessed by profound love, by sacred union with the great source of light, whose love moves the earth and stars. Beautiful message. Profound love, authentic love, bold love, sacred love. We talk about connecting with the light, saying we're connecting with our inner child, we're connecting with our dreams, with our vision, with our creativity, with prosperity. We're connecting with self-respect, because without self-respect, we are beaten down by the weight of this world. This world is not easy. It's not easy. And if you don't have self-respect, you will be beaten down and spit out. It's rough sometimes, right? Because there's many aggressions on this planet. Again, we all share the same program, which is when people ascend, you have to knock them down real quick. Don't let them ascend. Don't let them ascend prosperity, creativity, divinity. Right? So that's why we have to practice self-respect. We have to practice our talents and gifts. We have to practice what it means to unconditionally love yourself, where you're not going to allow, right? You're not going to accept or to allow the aggression upon you. You're going to stand up and stand your ground, because you understand that if you get wiped out, if you get caught in this negative energy, when you start to be drained and you start to have all this emotional trauma and spiritual debris, that's not going to help you at all. It's going to make you feel heavy, and it's going to make you feel dishonest. People who have a lot of emotional, spiritual, heaviness, debris, tend to be very dishonest, right? It's a lot easier to be dishonest when you have a lot of, you can say, disrespect for yourself, or you've disrespected other people, than to be honest with yourself and have to face, right, the enemies within yourself with courage. I sometimes say it's a lot easier to just kind of tap out than it is to push through. But when we do have the courage and we do take an action according to the oath we make with our heart to follow through and to always follow through in our self-respect, when we become what? We become noble. We become credible as a human being, right? We're not just credible because we seem to create all, fake our way into, or seduce people into giving us what we want. Give me what I want. Nobility is about credibility. It's about following through on the oath or promise you make to your heart. So then we have the love that emanates from my beloved's heart is light that steams from the mind of God, Goddess. Through each other we become one. I give thanks for the endless blessing that is you. So someone is, you or this person, is very passionate, sees you as an inspiration, somebody who very much embodies a blessed life, a blessing. Yes, and then we have love overcomes all obstacles. I change an attitude is all it takes to turn things around. Trust in love's power. It will transform you in the one you love. All will soon clear. So we're clearing out the ways in which we're offended, which we're triggered, the ways in which we get ourselves into traps, right? Whatever that may be, right? Traps is usually it's almost seeming like a dilemma, a major dilemma that almost is painful, right? Something that if we were intuitive and if we were consistent with our heart, we could have avoided, right? There's always a way, these yogic science that I practice so thoroughly is a way for us to really try our best to avoid any of these major sort of traps, because life, there's always like these little the snares, right? We call it, what is a snare? Like it's not a snare, a bear trap. I always thought it was a snare. Those little bear traps are in the woods, like you just walk and all of a sudden, but if you're intuitive, you're really in touch with the ground, you can sense there's something off, or I shouldn't go in that area, there's something off, right? So that's why we work on self-respect. That's why we work on prayer. That's why we work on intuition, why we work on manifestation, so that the deeper our roots are, a tree's roots can almost go 50 feet, almost like 70 feet in all directions, deep in the earth and out. So those roots have contact with the earth. So the more grounded we are with the earth, the more aware we are of our environment. So the less likely we are to get tripped up and trapped and stuck in a major dilemma that causes a lot of hiccup, right? Unless we make a choice, right? An agreement. And that's when it comes with the oath, with the heart. We make agreements. We make contracts to have these experiences in life, even to have these, when we get caught in these sort of bear traps. Because when we do have the experience of an obstacle or a challenge, we really get to show up, right? A lot of times we're like kind of sleeping. Usually we're sleeping, right? We're just going through the motions until we get into a bear trap, and all of a sudden, then all of a sudden our intuition comes awakened, and then all of a sudden we become really, really focused, right? Focused because we have a challenge that we have to move through it. We have a trauma, we have to move through it. We have to move through it in order for our heart to heal, to mend, to forgive, in order for us to continue to go on the path of the oath we make with ourselves, right? As long as we're unhealed, it's very, very difficult to remain true to the oath we make. We make an oath to ourselves in every life, right? Sometimes we don't even fulfill that oath until many, many lifetimes. And that oath can be basically to respect ourselves, right? To stand up for ourselves, to take the challenge, the obstacle of life that's not a blessing or a curse, and to come into the fullness of what we're capable of. Only in challenge do we really get to see what we're capable of. Either a challenge of you're walking 8 miles on some sort of excursion and you're like, this is a lot of walking, that's a challenge, right? Either you are canoeing and you're canoeing in the river and then there's all a storm and you have to keep going, right? And that's challenging because it's pouring down rain, there's lightning, you're like, I don't want to keep going. But the challenge is to keep going. So a lot of times the challenges is more so of a test of our will for a lot of people, but it's also a test of our trust, right? Our trust in our abilities, right? When we have challenge, it's a trust in our abilities, our talent. That's when we really start to see our talent and our gift. Because usually in the big challenge, usually it's the talent, it's the gift that helps us, that frees us. That frees us, that heals us, and literally it creates a miracle for us. because there's something extremely miraculous, even with Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary. There's something very miraculous about a person who has self-respect amongst the challenge that tries to defeat you. There's something, I don't know what it is, there's something very miraculous about a person who has self-trust or self-respect amongst a challenge that tries to defeat them, that tries to consume them, that tries to derail them, that tries, and as it may try, but it will never succeed. Because when we do have self-trust, self-respect, and when it's very sincere and it's thoroughly practiced, it's thoroughly received, right? We're actively participating. We've made an oath to it. Like, it's very, very serious to us, but also something that is very, very healing to us. We are very miraculous. We're very miraculous in what we're able to receive, what we're able to give, what we're able to overcome, and the level of creativity, most importantly, we can activate and we can share. So that's your oracle message. I hope that you enjoy this. So thank you.